Hey everyone, it's Bluelizardjello and welcome back to Blue's Storytime featuring Death Stranding, and it has been a minute. In fact, it's not just been a minute. Let's take a look at our email and you can actually see just how long it's been. The last email that I read was actually this one from Victor Frank on September 23rd. So the date of the email corresponds to the real date, the actual in real life date that you play the game. So September 23rd was the last time that I played and recorded, which was the video that I just uploaded recently, and it is now today, the 30th of December. There has been a lot that has happened in my life and in the world around me. Not going to spend too much time talking about it, but the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X have come out. Cyberpunk 2077 has actually debuted, which has a tie into this game. More on that a little bit later on. And we are nearing the end of 2020. Or at least what we are hoping to be the end of 2020, but I've heard some rumors that January 1st might actually kick off 2020 New Game Plus. Hopefully that is just a rumor. So we do have a couple of these emails, like I said, one from Nick Easton. We did read this one, not sure why I didn't actually count, but Victor talking about his brother Igor and how he's thrilled that the Ludens toy, the keychain, is coming along with us. Nick Easton talks about a weird glowing object in Capital Knot City. People have been seeing some kind of weird glowing thing up on the rooftops near the isolation ward. It seems it's a Ka, the part of the human that doesn't turn into a BT. We'll talk more about that later on. We're not going to be going back to Capital Knot City just yet. And then Benjamin Hancock just really talking about how he never believed that America could be brought back after it's been fractured, but now that he's seeing what we're doing, he has faith again, which is great. I really appreciate that sentiment. So I said that I was going to be doing a lot of side quests and a lot of courier missions off camera, and that's still going to happen, just not right now. I thought it was going to happen now, but the problem is we are now at the kind of precipice of a boss fight. In fact, once I leave the private room, go up to the hangar, and I try to make my way over to the lake, and I can't even remember the name of the lake. We'll talk about here once we get up there. It's going to trigger a cutscene, an excellent cutscene by the wonderful Troy Baker. You might know him as a voice actor in every video game that's ever existed, but we're going to meet a new character, learn a little bit about him, and then we're going to tackle our very first boss fight. But of course, let's always check on BB before we head out. And we do have a replenishment of monsters here. So kidneys and dehydration be darned. Let's go ahead and drink those and get our extra stamina. There we go. Bonus 25%. I already have showered and used the restroom, so we have those grenades. Now it's time to leave. And in leaving, we are going to be dumping some cargo and only focusing on blood bags and hematic grenades.
You an astronaut. Mankind can go anywhere, even outer space. You'll be out of there in no time. And the second all this is over, I'm going to take you wherever you want to go.
So, even though those cutscenes with Mads Mikkelsen and BB do tend to repeat, I don't know if they're on a cycle or not, I'm not going to skip them. If you want to skip them, just click ahead a minute or two into the video, but I like to get a refresher on that relationship because I don't know what role Mads Mikkelsen's character is actually going to play in this game. I know he is a pivotal character later on, but I didn't get there in my first time starting or trying to play Death Stranding, so it'll be interesting to see his role in here. So we're going to do a couple things here. We have some used items and some destroyed items we're going to recycle. I'm also going to store some things in my private locker. And then, like I said, we are just going to go into this next section with blood bags and hematic grenades. That is the plan. First, let's do some recycling. So anything that is destroyed or used, I will go ahead and recycle. And the resins, of course. These boots are 95% damage. Yep, worth recycling for sure. Crystals, nope, they can't accept anymore. That's unfortunate. All right, that'll be enough. Kind of sad always seeing my mom's face at the end of those little sections. Then we're going to do a private locker. I do want to take these. We are going to get some replenishment during the boss fight itself, but let's see. Anything else that is not a blood bag or hematic grenade, though, we are going to be getting rid of because we can always pick it up next time. There we go. I don't think I actually stored it, did I? I did not. There we go. And now we are fairly light. Let's go ahead and rearrange our cargo, though. I should have just auto-arranged it. There we go. Looks a little better. And this cutscene's not terribly long, but let's go up and meet a new character, learn a little bit more. Or maybe not learn a little bit more, but get some more questions. But again, Troy Baker. You really do gotta love him.
The name's Higgs, the particle of God that permeates all existence. Ah, so it was you that dragged him into all this. Bloodied but unvowed. Huh. What's that? Bridget Strand is dead. America's last president dead and burned. Oh, and now the girl's been chosen to take Mommy's place. Well, that won't wash. She's not cut out for politics, is she? Oh, but don't worry. I'll find her. And I'll keep her real safe. You see, I've come to understand the truth of the Death Stranding. Oh, there's so much you people don't know. The girl, for instance. She's not like you or me. Dooms ain't her thing. And she's more into destruction on a worldwide scale. An extinction entity. Oh, it's so hard to form connections when you can't shake hands. Fortunately, I've got a good connection to the other side. Now you're no bridge. To me, I'm bound to all of it. This world, that world, and our sweet little angel of death. All it'll take is one itty-bitty void out to blow us all to kingdom come. So how about it? Aren't you getting tired of the grind? Isn't this what you've been waiting for this whole time? A game over.
Heads up, Sam. According to our damage assessments, it would only take a single void out to total Fort Knot City. A single BT allowed to make contact with a civilian would be enough. We can't let that happen. You've got to deal with that BT right now.
There is quite a lot to unpack with that cutscene with Troy Baker. But let's go ahead and start tossing some grenades onto this BT. Love the design of this BT, by the way. And basically the name of the game here is just hematic grenades. Lots and lots of hematic grenades. And unfortunately, as we keep climbing on top of buildings and on top of the vehicles that are strewn about, the BT will keep crashing into them and causing them to sink down into the black liquid, which is not where we want to be, because our mobility is extremely limited. So it's all about just keeping your wits about you, always moving. Let's see, where's it gonna pop up? Well, doesn't really matter because we are now in the muck and the mire. Oh, he is a lot closer than I had anticipated. Let's just toss our grenade, hopefully get a stun. Oh, this is not good. Wow, that car actually just saved my life a little bit. Stunned him just long enough, or slowed him down long enough. So one of the cool things about this fight is that phantoms are going to appear, and if you're playing online, it'll actually be other player characters that are going to assist you, and he's going to now slam this in. Let's get some more hematic grenades equipped. Okay, good hit. It's going to take quite a few. So even the ones we got from our private locker would likely not be enough. So we need to go around the map, collect more, find some phantoms that are going to bring some as well. Okay, let's keep tossing. That's a good hit right into the head. I believe if you get a head or a face shot, here's a phantom. Perfect. Thank you for the grenade. Pick it up. Go, go, go. And they'll actually keep dropping them, which is great. But I believe if you get a head or a face shot, it causes a really handy stun. Well, maybe not always. That's a good stun. The fight's not terrible, he says as he gets knocked for half his health. Oh, we need to move. We need to move. Quick, jump. Didn't make it. Get up. Up, up, up. Okay. I am using my blood bags right now. Of course, it happens automatically. Oh, don't get hit. That was close. Gotta move. even if you're not going far, if you can get on top of the debris, it makes things a lot faster, a lot safer. Quickly. Climb up. Where is he? He's going to be here soon. Oh, so there's a... struggling here to climb. A Daniel Gulbranson. I feel like I've actually... Oh, he's already taken this building down. Alright. Maybe we can... Another hit. And, oh, now we're kind of sitting ducks. Thank you, Daniel. Hopefully I can actually snag it. Nope, missed it. It's alright. I'd rather get out of the way. Even though... I don't right know where he is. Oh, wow. Way over there. Okay, solid hit. Oh, let me climb that? Nope. Alright, now that building's more of a hindrance than anything else. Oh, he is. That's going to be very unfortunate. I need to get up. That was too close. Jump. Asymptote, thank you very much. Nice thematic grenade, another one from Asymptote. I'm going to try and get some higher ground here. Okay, now. He's already taken this one down. Alright, good hit. Got some debris here. That's really, really helpful. That was a good stun. Alright, if I can jump, I should be able to get onto this building. Excellent. And next round. Oh, he's going under. Oh, Potato Face. Thank you for the free grenades. Oh, and I just realized that the Odradek points to where he is, which makes complete and utter sense. That is the purpose of the Odradek, after all. Yeah, grenade number 2. I don't know if that has an effect on this BT, but now I'm actually kind of thinking I should try it. Theorized to affect BTs, though this is untested. Well, let's try it and see what happens. It had some sort of effect. I don't know what kind. Or maybe not. Alright, see if I can jump. That worked out really nicely. Alright, let's grab this blood bag. Alright, Odradek. Oh, already being sunk. Go, go, go. I think he's right behind me. I don't even want to turn around just yet. Oh, actually, pretty far away. It can be a long fight, but it's not terribly difficult. Good stun. And should only be one more at most. How'd I do? Okay. Normally, I don't take damage. Not an ideal fight. An A. Okay, I can take an A. Let's see. Any improvement? A little bit to miscellaneous. Okay. Well, that was an adventure. We have a lot more to recycle now that I have all those used up grenades.
Incredible. Simply incredible. For the first time in history, a human being has defeated a BT. Were you not a repatriate, I doubt it would have been possible. Not only does contact with your fluids pose no risk of triggering a void out, but in much the same way as your car is rejected by the beach, your blood can be used to expel BTs from our world and return them to the other side. You've given us hope, Sam. Perhaps we may yet be saved.
Be proud, my friend. Amelie's still waiting for you in the west. Head to your boat. It's ready. Get those supplies to Lake Knot City. We're just getting started.
Lake Knot City. You know, that's not that bad of a fight. It's actually kind of fun, to be quite honest. I just got a lot of chiralium crystals. I'm sure you saw that as they were speaking to me. But wherever the boss dies, yeah, you do get a ton of chiralium if you want to pick it up. Now, unfortunately, I can't drop it off here because it seemed like they were full. I could always try again. Maybe I was just giving too much. But what we're going to do, I want to talk a little bit about the planes, and then I want to talk about Higgs, the new character we were just introduced to, played by Troy Baker. My plan is to do all of the courier missions, get everyone up to the perfect 5-star rating, but I'm not going to do that right now. In fact, I want to push the story a little bit because we're actually getting fairly close to the furthest I've gone in this game. In the next section, building some roads, I got maybe about 50% of the way there or through that section before I stopped, picked up the PC version, and actually started recording for all of you. So I would like to kind of get there as soon as possible so we can start kind of going into the rest of it blindly, which I think is going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. All right, let's use the Odra deck, see if there's anything worth scanning. I believe there is a memory chip here. Oh, by the way, the memory chip, I completely forgot that what I need to do is I need to donate it to the terminal. I can't just access it. I have to drop it off, and then it's accessible. Not that there's anything too terribly interesting. I'm going to leave those hematic grenades. It's more so just kind of meta information behind the scenes, especially a lot of information on Kojima and his music choice.
Gonna catch a ride on that boat, Sam? Before you do, be aware that you'll have to leave behind any cargo you haven't gotten around to delivering. It'd be a shame to abandon something important, though, especially if you are close to finishing a run. My advice, put that stuff in your private locker in Port Knot City. Or, if you're feeling responsible, you could just delay your boat trip until you've tied up loose ends. It's your call.
Does that mean everything I just collected is going to be lost if I don't go drop it off? Maybe? Alright, we're going to go do that. I'll just cut this part out. I can't remember if I lose everything or if it's just the deliveries, but better safe than sorry. Okay, so there is a memory chip here. I thought there was. I also forgot to turn in the last one when I just dropped off, which you can see I am running very light. In fact, I have 0.4 units of weight on me currently. Just about the lightest I've been since we've started this adventure.
There we go.
There we go indeed. So we'll turn those in once we get to Lake Knot City. But let's hop on the boat. Let's continue this adventure, and we'll come back and do some of these side missions when we get the next opportunity. As far as I know, sometimes you're just awarded with some aesthetic gear, new glasses, new hats. There is a tie-in. I mentioned that we are going to talk about this a little bit later on. There is a collaboration with Cyberpunk 2077. In fact, from what I read, you can get the Johnny Silverhand sunglasses, you can get a cybernetic arm, and even more importantly, an actual gameplay changing aspect is you can now hack certain technical devices, especially those of the mules, which I think is really cool. I think you can hack these sensors so that they won't detect you for a period of time. Don't tell me this is a terminal. No? What is this? Is this for parking vehicles, maybe? That's what it looks like. That's pretty fun. Not that I have a vehicle to bring with me, but, well, let's push on.
Snack?
You came through then.
I don't break that easy. Name notwithstanding.
You saw that asshole too, right?
Higgs. He's the leader of a separatist group.
Seemed to me like he was controlling that BT.
That's level 7 for you. Higher, maybe.
Seems like you know a lot about him.
Used to work together. Guess you could say we had a contract.
You did business with terrorists? Whoever pays, huh?
He wasn't like that back then.
So what's your angle? You want to save the world, or you want to fuck it all up like him?
I just wished things were different, all right? Here's all right. Don't worry, she still floats. Come on, we're the only cargo left. We should get there tomorrow. I told you before, Sam. The past just won't let go. Listen, I have something to ask of you. It has to do with that asshole, Higgs. Sam. Do you remember? It's almost time to go, Sam. I had no idea until you told me. No idea that I was alive. Living is no different from being dead if you're all alone.
Poor Mom. I don't want to go home. I don't want to go home.
Here. It's a dream catcher. Wear it when you sleep, and I'll keep the nightmares away. I'll always be with you. Did you forget how to go home? Come on. I'll take you halfway. And then you can do the rest by yourself. Better now? I'll be waiting for you on the beach. Come and find me. We used to play together a lot in this place.
You brought me here. I couldn't make the trip on my own.
So long as you have a body to return to, you can't come and go as you please.
So you can't just come back east through here?
Not until you make us whole again, Sam. I'll be waiting for you on the beach. Come and find me.
I don't know how you sleep. Need to pick me up? Welcome to Lake Knot City. What?
Nothing.
Let's go. This cargo is from Port Knot City, bound for Lake Knot. I'll leave these up to you. The dispatch terminal is up ahead. In the meantime, I've got some business to attend to. Later, alligator.
Just giving it a second to see if anyone is going to be calling. No, it doesn't seem so. I want to talk about a couple of quick things before we make our way up to the terminal, collecting all this gear along the way, which is one reason why I'm glad that we actually dropped off everything that we could. Although you see here the anti-BT weapons, sperm and eggs, medicine pack. This is what we brought from the distribution center to the port just on the other side of Lake Knot. We need to talk about Higgs, the character that Troy Baker plays. Obviously a very strong connection to Fragile. This whole chapter 3, is named after her. But the name of Higgs, as alluded to by the character himself, has some significance in physics, because it was Peter Higgs, a physician back in the 60s, 1964, I believe, who actually theorized the existence of this particle, the God particle, or the Higgs boson is what they came to call it. It was something that he had theorized back, again, in the 60s as existing that would help to explain why some particles actually have mass, and it would permeate basically all matter across the known universe. But it wasn't until 2012, 2013 at CERN where they used the Large Hadron Collider to actually uncover evidence of this mysterious particle, something that they knew about or theorized about 50 years ago. And it wasn't until just about 7 or 8 years ago that they were able to prove its existence. So what does that have to do with the character? I'm not really sure. I mean, he does say that, he was just like the particle of God, or the God particle. So maybe his existence, or the existence of the beach and of the Death Stranding itself, is somehow related to the Higgs boson, in that it's just a permeation of the universe as we know it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Maybe I'm reading way too much into this, and maybe Kojima just really enjoys physics. I'm not sure. The other thing I wanted to point out is that cutscene with Amelie and young Sam on the beach there. It is very clear that Kojima has never met a human child, because that modeling was nothing short of terrifying. Anyway, here we are. Lake Knot City. Let's grab all of our gear. Use the Odra deck to see if there's anything else worth picking up. Like this memory chip. I thought as much.
There we go.
And we have a whole bunch of stuff that we can actually just bring right up to the terminal. And that will give us some immediate reputation with the city. It's a little bit heavy, but we came very light, which is great. Again, a little bit heavy, but still plenty of space here so far. Let's see, that's an extra large. This is me. Let's grab the medium. And let's see, is this gonna put us, oh, careful. Is this gonna put us over? We can always come back for it if we need to. Let's see. Doesn't put us over. All right, let's rearrange though for sure. Here I am interrupting this wonderful music. And let's do another scan. I believe there might be more if we actually go inside it. Oh no, that was just where we collected this stuff. That's why I thought there was more stuff, because there was. Not a very welcoming place, for sure. But at least all this gear is going to give us a nice quick jump start to our reputation with Lake Knot City. And let's see what we can deliver.
Welcome. You're watching your boat the whole way. I hate to be a hard ass, but I've got to ask. Everything you're transporting above board? Nothing dangerous or illicit? I'm sure they checked you on the way in, but I'm gonna have to take a second look. All clear. Not picking up anything unusual. Cargo looks great too. Been a while since we got some of this stuff.
He was wearing a Santa hat, which is absolutely fantastic. Ceramics can now be used at all UCA affiliated facilities. Great. 2 stars right off the bat just for the initial packages. Not too bad.
Sorry for the hassle. Can't be too careful these days. Oh, we heard you were carrying a Cupid. That right? You're clear to link us up.
Smoke-emitting decoy cargo. New interview data from preppers in the lake at Ground Zero.
So we're finally on the network. Long time coming. We won't hold anything back. Capital Knot City will get everything. If all this info sharing makes everyone safer, I'm all for it. You can bet I'm not the only one here who feels that way. I suppose it was better when Bridges 1 first came this way. At least I don't remember terrorists and BTs making our lives difficult back then. Well, be careful out there. The world's not what it used to be. And thank you.
Finally made it past Ground Zero, Sam. Congratulations. And thank you. It'll only get harder from here, though. When we first came through, it was different. Peaceful. The 3 cities out there, Lake, Middle, and South Knot, were all on board with our plans for reconstruction. Fragile Express was contracted by all 3 and kept supplies moving and people connected. But that all changed a year ago, when the Separatists carried out their attacks. One took out Middle Knot City. They detonated nukes from the old days. Half of South Knot City went up in the other. Casualties were devastating. Bridges doesn't have the resources to link up the remaining cities on its own. We need to secure the support of everyone, even those who want nothing to do with the UCA. Impossible as that may seem.
The situation has changed dramatically since Bridges 1 first went west. The destruction of Middle Knot in particular forced us to adapt a new strategy. It's like Amelie said, we don't have the time or resources to construct another knot on that scale. That's why we've taken to cutting deals with preppers and the like. Our only recourse is to utilize their shelters to bolster the strength of the network.
It takes a special kind of person to live out here on their own. The kind that'll tell us to fuck off if we ask them to join the UCA.
Oh, we know. No one's expecting them to say yes up front. But even if they don't like dealing with most people, they got on okay with Fragile Express.
Don't tell me. You want us to use her credentials to get in good with them?
Bingo. She's agreed to it, too.
And in exchange, she gets...
Nothing, really. A chance to get back at Higgs, I suppose. I can't blame her for wanting one. He took everything from her and then some. Time heals some wounds, but not hers. The work ahead won't be simple or easy, but it needs doing. Get some rest for now. We'll talk more later.
Here.
For me?
It's called a key proof. It means knot in old words. You can also use it to count stuff. I add a knot when I make a friend.
Okay. Then how about I add another knot every time I see you? This must be very important to you if you were able to bring it here. Very special.
It is special. I made it for you.
I'll treasure it, Sam. Something to eat?
Why are you here?
Ask your boss man.
No. I mean, why are you here?
Got a delivery for Porter. You're gonna need this on the road ahead. This will ID you as an associate of Fragile Express. It's woven from my blood and chiral crystals. Think of it as a kind of bond. Preppers around these parts won't give you trouble so long as you've got it. We were the only people making deliveries out here. This was our territory. Until Higgs fucked it all up. Me, the Express, our reputation, all of it.
And now you want to fuck them back. On your own.
I'm not on my own. The cave, Port Knot City, next to your bed. So far apart, yet somehow we keep meeting. All that BT country in between where I should have been caught in a void out. Yet here I am. Here I am.
You can use the beach?
I have a beach. You've got yours. I've got mine. I use it to jump across space. I can't conjure up BTs the way Higgs can, but I can go after him. Chase him to the beach. Problem is, everyone's got their own way in. I'm only allowed to pass through the beach I know and understand. I'm sure you've heard the term multiverse.
You all right?
The jumps take a lot out of me. Suck my blood dry. You're going to Edge Knot City, right? Place is full of terrorists. But if you're dead set on it, then you're gonna have to deal with Higgs sooner or later.
Look, I make deliveries, killing monsters and terrorists. It's not what I do.
What if we did it together? I could use my power to help you. We don't have to want the same thing to be on the same side. I could send you across my beach. To any place the Chiralian's thick enough. Any place connected to the chiral network.
What do you expect in return?
I expect you to think it over. Here. Call it an incentive. And call me if you need me. This will keep us connected. See you when I see you.
And now we can fast travel, which is just so unbelievably useful. And that's how I'm going to be able to go back to areas previously and make some more deliveries. Now, one thing that just kind of is puzzling is that Fragile talks about how the jumps take a lot out of her. It actually sucks her blood dry, is what she said. And yet here she is using the beach to teleport in front of me, behind me, all around me, just to show that she can do it. It just seems a little bit odd. So we can't bring anything with us, and that's something that when I first saw that I could fast travel, I thought, well, that's going to make deliveries a lot easier. Well, no, because that would make it too easy. But if we take a look at the Fragile jump, we can actually go, anywhere that we have connected up, which is really nice. Definitely be using that. Now, we're going to go just a little bit long in today's episode because we have some interviews and some email that I want to read, but also take a look here. I love this. We now have some cryptobiotes, the tardigrades that Fragile just loves snacking on. I can only imagine she's the one who brought these over. And I love that we actually have a little terrarium for them. If you were to see my quote-unquote office, which is really just a corner of one room in our apartment, I'm surrounded by terraria. I love terrariums. I love setting up small naturalistic vivarium for creatures for me to just sit back and watch and look at just how adorable they are. But then we also have the BT that we just fought. So cool. I would love to have that 3D model. I would be very, very okay with that. But let's take a look at our terminal. I still haven't turned in the memory chips, so we can't use those. But let's take a look. A couple of mails here. So the first one's from William Lake. This is the director of the Lake Knot City Distribution Center. Hey, Sam. Can't tell you how good it was to see you coming over the water on that boat. First time we've welcomed so much as a turd in, what, must be 2 years now. Some folks were even saying everything east of Ground Zero must have been wiped out completely. The occasional message drifted in from HQ, but people? Not a one. We'd half given up on the Cupid ever being finished on the second expedition, the whole shebang. And then you show up, and with a working Cupid to boot, our knight in shining armor. Sorry, I don't mean to sound like I'm not grateful. I am. More than you know. Every single person here was waiting for someone like you to come along, and there'll be more waiting west of here. A lot more. You'd best go find them. And then we had the Ludens fan. You remember that one individual kind of off the beaten trail up on the mountaintop in the last section, and he has an order delivered to Port Knot City. Sorry, Sam. I know you're a busy man, but I need you to deliver something to a guy named Victor in Port Knot City. It's only right that he has it, not me, and it's unique too, so chiral printing's not an option. If you could do the honors, I'd be super grateful. I don't know what he has. I'm not sure if this is part of the new collaboration or one of the collaborations that I've missed because I didn't play for months on end. I'm not sure, but we're definitely going to have to go back to the Ludens fan and bring that to Victor. And now we have some more interviews, so we won't worry about the tips. I have already read those. I just didn't clear them out after the last recording. So preppers. So preppers seem to be these individuals who are actually kind of doomsday preppers. And we're going to meet a lot of those in this next section. And they are not all willing to join the network right away. Some of them have specific requirements to show that we mean business. This is from Fragile 2 years ago. When I was a little girl, my father told me that preppers were people who decided long ago that they couldn't trust their nation to be there for them anymore. That the bonds between us had grown weak long before the Death Stranding. We once had a network spanning the whole wide world that could send items from anywhere to anywhere and connect anyone with anything. But still we were isolated. still we were alone. And I gotta say, this is ringing very true right now. And again, if you're watching this sometime in the future, when social distancing and isolation isn't a thing, maybe this doesn't make sense. But for those of you watching now, you probably can feel a tinge of a commisery. Some liked it that way and even wanted more. They wanted walls along their borders, wanted to turn away refugees and outsiders. Some even wanted new nations all their own. They began to see the state as an enemy of their freedom, not a protector of it. The ones most far gone, they didn't trust the country to defend them if something went really wrong. War, terrorism, natural disaster, you name it. So they built shelters and stocked full of supplies in preparation for the worst. And then the worst happened. The Death Stranding. America ceased to exist and their shelters became their homes, where they would live and where they would die. But while they prepared, they hadn't prepared to live there forever, which is why they wound up relying on us couriers so heavily. My father and I didn't want to go back to the old America. We didn't want a country that pushed people apart. We wanted one that brought them together, that allowed them to support one another, and that was what we tried to work toward. Fragile and her father, with the foundation of Fragile Express, had truly nothing but the best interests in heart, the best interests of the country, but really of the people. Igor, 3 years ago, I volunteered to join Bridges, signed up with my brother Victor. See, we both remembered when America was still America, when we still had planes and satellites, when we were still connected to everyone and everything. The world was different, bigger, and we wanted it back. He was chosen for the first expedition and hit the road darn near straight away. Me, I got told to hang back here in Central, which was okay, I guess. Corpse disposal means taking your fair share of timefall in the line of duty. You get a sense for it after a while, a sixth sense for when the clouds are about to open up. Of course, the clouds themselves are a big tell, and an inverse of rainbow's a guarantee you're in for some stuff. But there are smaller signs too, changes in the air, a smell on the wind. When it hits, you've got power outages to deal with. Far as I understand it, which ain't all that far, it's to do with high concentrations of chiralium causing electromagnetic interference or something, which also interacts with water and kicks up clouds of ozone, which then makes the temperature drop like a rock. Anyway, I may be used to timefall, but that don't mean I'm immune to it. Believe me, I'm younger than I look. My big bro would take a lot of pleasure in telling you that if he could see me now. This is from his brother Victor, 2.5 years ago. When I first laid eyes on the lake here at Ground Zero, I was blown away by the sheer size of it. I never imagined anything could be so huge. This was just after the Death Stranding, and not many people had seen the craters up close yet. Back when I was still living with my parents and my brother on the East Coast, an explosion like nothing the world had ever seen before tore a gaping hole in the heart of America. There were all kinds of rumors floating around at the time that it was a meteor, that it was a nuke dropped by another country. I was just a kid, but even I could tell the adult didn't have a clue, so you can imagine how I felt. And then we found out that there had been other explosions, not just here in America, but the world over. By the time we learned they were void outs and what void outs were, the country was pretty much done. But hey, that was then and this is now. And things are looking up. I just got told my kid brother's still alive. Word is he's heading up a corpse disposal team in Capital Knot City. Handled his stuff well enough to get picked for the second expedition. 3 more years and he'll be out here with me. Can't wait to see him again. He was so close to meeting up with his brother one more time. But we are now in Lake Knot City. We have a lot more ahead of us, and we have a lot more behind us that we need to go and play cleanup for as well. But that is going to do it for this episode of Blues Storytime featuring Death Stranding. Fought that BT. We met Higgs, got a little bit more backstory about Victor, Igor, Fragile, and we're going to get a lot more. So I hope you're still enjoying half as much as I am playing through Death Stranding. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time.